Did you know that metadata is critical for understanding datasets and experiments? In order to better understand what metadata is, we will now analyze two important points. 1. What is metadata? 2. What are the advantages of data that is well described with metadata over data that lacks metadata? So, first of all, what is metadata? Metadata is structured data that contains properties of other data. The metadata ideally describes data well enough to make the experiments understandable without any other additional information. The data can then be reused by others, provided the license of the data allows it and that it can be clearly assigned to the author. Examples for metadata are administrative information, such as who collected the data, when was the data acquired, what license is used for the data, who is the creator or author. Technical aspects like file size, source of data, means of data creation or processing, what setup was used for the measurement, and also the experimental details, which sample was used. Was there a sample pre-treatment? What kind if so? What was the purpose and nature of the experiment? What experimental conditions were used? The difference between data and metadata is that data is used to obtain information and evaluate or confirm a theory, while metadata is used to describe and understand data. And unlike data, metadata is always processed information that does not lose its relevance and value. With metadata, for example, people are able to contact the author of the data even when the dataset is not available. Hence, the richer the metadata, the better the understanding and searchability. The concept of metadata is not new. However, in recent times, more importance has been attributed to it, with, for instance, the FAIR principles making metadata a requirement. FAIR, in the context of data and metadata, stands for Findable, Accessible, Interoperable, Reusable. Findable. Data and metadata needs to be findable and standardized by search operations, both by humans and computers. And to achieve this, it is important to consistently use standardized and unambiguous terminology. Accessible. Clear and easy access protocols need to be established, as well as necessary authentication needs to be clearly defined. In practice, this means data being accessible does not necessarily equate to data being accessible by everyone. Potentially, for example, only to specific persons that are specified to be allowed to have access. Interoperable. Processing, storage, and integration of data needs to be possible with available applications. Reusable. Data should be well described with metadata to allow reproduction and interpretation. Metadata will help to make your data fair and retain its full value for posterity. Join our team and learn more about metadata on our website or the RDM School of Catalysis, or find out more useful information on how we can help you or your organization, or support us, ask us questions, or simply subscribe to our newsletter to stay in touch. Join us in shaping the data-driven evolution of catalysis. nfdi4cat.org